to my channel. You're all doing well. I hope you are. Hope everything's fantastic. So today, this tutorial, this look is probably, no, it is. It's the most requested look that I've ever had ever in the history of me doing makeup. Essentially, yeah. Even way before I started a YouTube channel, this is the one look that people always requested for me to show them how to do. So I'm here to show it to you today. The reason why it's taken me so long to do it, there are two different reasons. Firstly, is because I went MIA on YouTube for quite a while, and it was always on my list, I just never got around to doing it. And secondly is because in the time that I have done this look, it's been several years, I have done it in so many different ways, and I couldn't figure out how to do this look and cater to all the different ways that I've done it in the past. So I have decided that I will be doing this look two different ways. So I'm going to do this tutorial today, which is going to be using liquid latex, and then later on I'm going to be doing another tutorial which is going to be latex free. So you can see the different ways that I create this look by using different products, essentially. Cool? Alright. So for those of you who don't know what you're watching, this tutorial is going to be a torn face tutorial. So the top half of your face is going to be normal, bottom half of your face is going to be ripped off. It's fairly simple, fairly quick to do in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, that's it. Probably my favourite look ever that I've ever done when doing zombie stuff. Because it is very easy to do, very simple, and you only need a few products. So let's begin. So for this tutorial, like usually what I would use with any kind of tutorial that requires latex, I use this, which is Mehron's liquid latex, because I have a sensitivity to liquid latex. I'm not allergic to latex itself, but liquid latex usually burns my skin, and it's very irritating and uncomfortable. But this stuff, for some reason, it doesn't aggravate my skin as much. I think it has something to do with the ammonia levels in it. I think it's just got very low ammonia levels. I don't know, but this is very good. It's probably the best liquid latex I've ever used. But I'm going to try, because I got this very recently, I'm going to be trying this. It's also Mehron liquid latex, but it's in a flesh color. I've never used a colored liquid latex before, so I'm very interested to see how this works. I don't know, we'll learn together. If it doesn't work and I don't like it, then I'm just going to take it off and start this tutorial again. Who knows? Who knows? And to apply that, I'm going to be using a sponge. This sponge has tiny little pores in it, so when you dab it onto your skin, it's going to create the same texture that your skin has. So it's going to be a better integration into my face. I'm also going to be using two different bloods. I've just realised that this is a completely Mehron product tutorial. It can't be. No, it's not. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to be using two different types of blood. One light, one dark. I'm going to be using a blood gel, which again is also from Mehron. It's not my GM, but I'll probably be using that as well. Who knows? The reason why I'm not using my GM is because my GM dries. The GM Bruise gel in dark red. If you don't know and you haven't been around my channel a lot, that's my favourite. But that stuff dries, whereas this I want it to be quite wet and gross. So I might use it, might not, who knows. On top of that, I'm also going to be using this, one of my favourites, because it has all the colours I need. This right here has red and dark grey. Those two are going to be on my eyeballs. Now someone is calling me right now, so give me a second. I'm also going to be using cotton balls. I'm going to be using cotton pads and tissues. Also on a side note, just to let anyone who's interested in knowing, I do have a skin barrier on my face because my face doesn't like liquid latex. So I do have a foam skin. It's called Skin Shield, I believe. It's just a foam thing that you rub on your face, like foamy, moussey thingy. Yeah.
Start by ripping your tissue into small strips, making sure not to have any hard edges. So you want all the edges to be jagged to create a torn skin kind of effect with your pieces of tissue. Then start applying your liquid latex in small sections about halfway up your face. This is going to be the foundation for the rip of your face. So I would recommend probably putting the line of this latex about midway of your ear, if that makes any sense at all. Then in the small sections of latex that you have applied, go ahead and lay down a few pieces of tissue. This is going to create the ripped skin. And then once you've laid this down on the liquid latex that you have already applied, go ahead and blend liquid latex on top of this tissue to blend them all together.
Okay, well, thoughts so far. If you have as pale skin as mine, light flesh liquid latex is still going to be too dark for your skin tone. So it's pointless. Yeah.
So if you've had the same issue that I've had, go ahead and apply a foundation that matches your skin tone on top of the liquid latex that you have applied once it is all dried, and then go ahead and set this all with powder. And once you've done all of that, start lifting up the liquid latex from your face, from the bottom, making sure not to lift it too far up, as you do not want to completely take off the design that you have created and destroy all of your hard work. And then start ripping small sections away from the latex to completely remove it from the design. This is going to be the rip halfway down your face. If you do end up lifting some of the latex from the top of the design off of your face, you can just go ahead and apply more latex on top to stick it back down. Then to create the actual torn part of your face, you need to start at the bottom and then work your way up to the top. So as you can see, I'm starting underneath my jaw and I'm adding small sections of torn tissue at a time by applying a small amount of liquid latex onto the area, sticking down the tissue, and then moving on to the next one. Once those areas have dried and stuck into place, I'm then going back in with liquid latex and I am covering the tissue, not completely, but a small amount, just to make it easier to work with later on. You do not have to completely drench the tissue or the cotton wool that we will be using, because it will be incredibly time consuming and it will take forever to dry, and as you will see later on, it's not completely necessary to completely drench every single piece of cotton and tissue with liquid latex. Then when you get to using the cotton wool as part of your design, go ahead and stick it down just like you did with the tissue, and then you can manipulate it to create stringy disgustingness all over your face. The best way that I find to apply the latex onto the cotton wool is with my finger. And I would recommend that you only apply the latex in small areas of the cotton wool, as you'll see that I'm doing here. For the majority of the cotton wool that I am using, I'm only applying the liquid latex to the front of the cotton wool, and you'll see why I'm doing that a little bit later on. The only two pieces of cotton wool that you will need to actually apply the liquid latex to the back of is the one that will cover your mouth and the one that will cover your nose. You'll need to apply liquid latex to both sides of those, but we will get onto that a little bit later on. Now, the reason why I said that you need to apply the liquid latex to the front and back of your mouthpiece and your nose piece is because when you're breathing in, you do not want to be breathing in any of those cotton fibers. And for the rest of the design, the reason why you want to only apply the liquid latex to the front is firstly because it will make the drying time a lot quicker, as you cannot use a hairdryer for this, as all of your latex pieces will end up sticking together. If you do that, you have to let it air dry. And we will be going in with a lot of paint and blood which will then soak up the cotton wool anyway, so you don't have to completely stick down every single piece of cotton wool with liquid latex.
So if you guys can take me seriously now, not sure if you can, but if you can, give you a bit of an update whilst I'm waiting for all of this to dry. So to create this look, I have used one piece of tissue, as in like one square of tissue, and then I've only used one cotton ball to create this. That's all you need. It's a little goes a long way with this. Yeah, basically.
Then whilst I'm waiting for the latex to all dry, I'm going in firstly with a dark grey eyeshadow to the inside corners of my eyeballs, and I'm taking that colour onto the crease of my eye as well as underneath in a sort of V shape. And then I'm filling in the rest of the area with red underneath my eye, and I'm bringing that up to the inner corner of my eye as well to give myself a more sickly kind of effect, as I would expect a zombie to look like if they'd had their face ripped off. Now the paint job for this is incredibly easy and simple. What you need to do first is colour everything in black water-based paint. You do not have to completely black out everything, but use that as a foundation first. So go ahead and apply that black paint everywhere. And then once you have done that, go ahead and go on top of all of this with red paint. Again, you do not have to completely fill in every single crevice, as we will be doing that with blood in a matter of moments. Blood! Like I said, apply this everywhere, the light and the dark blood. Also making sure to add this to the tear in your face and bring the blood up as well. As you'll see in a few moments, I'm also using a paintbrush that I have lathered with this blood stuff, and I am flicking it onto my face to create blood splatter. And then I am taking my Bruise gel in dark red, and I am lining the tear in my face to create a bit more definition in this design. And then once I've done that, this is the finished look.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to hang around a little while longer, then hit subscribe, that big red button, and come and join the madness, because as you can tell, we tear this place apart. I went there. You can also follow me on other social media at Grin and Dagger, and all the products that I used today will be listed in the description bar down below. But I hope that's everything, guys. Yeah. I hope you like this look, and expect to see more of me in the future. Yeah. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, that is pungent. Doesn't everyone love that word? Pungent. No, what you're actually watching right now, I'm gonna sneeze. That's alright. That's okay. Talk to you later. Bye. Right, so a bit of a backstory, okay? So the flat that I rent, every year a dude has to come and check my boiler to do like a safety check to take it back to the letting agency that I rent my flat from. So to say that the boiler is safe and all this kind of stuff. This dude has been screwing with me for a month. So we've had 3 different appointment times where he is supposed to come and check the boiler, to check it off, to say it's safe, so that the letting agency knows that I'm living in a safe flat. Right, so he made an appointment with me about a month ago, and set the date. He came up with the time and then didn't show up, so he stood me up. Then 2 weeks later, he arranged to see me again in the afternoon, and again, didn't show up. And both times, first time, didn't even text me, call me, anything like that, even though I tried calling him and he wouldn't pick up his phone, didn't show up. And then the second time, he texted me 3 hours later being like, oh yeah, sorry, the other job I was on just took longer. I was like, that's great, I'm wasting my life here. So today, he was supposed to come again at noon today. So midday came and went, and he wasn't there. So I ended up calling the actual partnership letting agency that I rent my flat from, and was just like, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm leaving my flat now, and I'm not coming back until later. So you can have a chat with him, but I don't want to see him again. I don't want to see him ever. I've never even seen him because he stands me up. He's worse than Tinder. So basically, that was him calling me to apologise because apparently he put it on a wrong day. He's got it in his diary for being the week before. But if it was the week before, it was the same time the week before. So I don't know what your issue is, Boiler Man. But it's not that. You are far more fickle than my love life. I can't be dealing with that. I'm not that girl. I am not that girl. Let's continue on with this tutorial. Okay.